She's had plenty of drug problems and dated some questionable men. She's been blamed for promoting anorexia and heroin use. And her nicknames include Cocaine Kate and Kate Mac.
I could be on Quaaludes. I'm not.
They're kind of hard to find now.
I was going to say they're not really attainable.
Yeah, they're not really.
I actually have a podcast clip of Bailey, her sister. She was with some people, or no, it was with Dan Bilzerian in Miami,
really?
And he gave her a Quaalude.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, how was that? She's
I
like,
wonder if Jordan Belfort still just has like a stash somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Like he has to, right?
Dude, I saw someone get a gift the other day, like some famous person. They like were gifted like in a glass case, just a bottle of Quaaludes. Like, isn't that the sickest? Like,
Case,
like a literal
like-
museum like box, and it just says like, yeah, like, and
like-
you can tell it's like an old ass like
An old ass
an
bottle.
artifact.
1963.
Yeah, just like wine, it just gets better with age. Like,
It's-
if on the dark web, you could get Quaaludes,
Probably.
right? Not that I would know how to access that, but if I
R.I.P.
did,
Silk Road.
I assume. Listen, I don't. I'm just a girl.
He was from Austin, like, you know.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, the guy who made like the dark web.
Well, not the dark web, but he made the Silk Road that like everybody used
Wow.
like to get said drugs. Yeah, no, he was from
Look at
Austin.
him, a little vigilante.
Yeah.
So when was this? What year? This is actually interesting as fuck.
Oh, this was a while. I mean, this was 2015, maybe
That's
2016.
not even that long ago. I thought like,
I mean, it's almost 10 years ago.
well, yeah, but I don't know why I thought like the 70s. Because
think-
people were on like the
no.
original like block.
There wasn't a
computers,
dark
just, like,
web like, in
Yeah.
the 70s. There wasn't the internet boom yet. You have to go meet that person to.
Huh. Just in a dark
I'm not
alley.
sure when he-
like a physical dark web,
When
like a
did that
dark alley.
guy
somewhere.
get arrested?
Oh, they arrested. Okay, so like, what's
yeah,
the
like he's in
story?
jail.
No
Well,
way.
Um,
How'd they catch him?
know that they like. I think they arrested him here in Austin.
No fucking way.
Silk
Damn, I would
Road.
love to know the Silk Road lore. Like, I am actually highly interested in this.
Yeah, he went by like Dread Pirate Roberts. Or
Wait,
something
that's
like that. That
fucking
was like his
sick.
name
From
on the thing.
what's that movie?
Ross William Albright.
What's
yeah.
the movie? Dread Pirate. It's
He's serving life.
I'm just so focused on the name of this movie. The Princess Bride, right? Or am I tripping?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Dread Pirate Roberts. That's like a name of someone in a movie.
You know, I haven't seen that movie that often, so I really couldn't.
Well, that's one thing I
tell-
know.
tell you, you know, just
Like, hell yeah, I know a fact.
hell yeah, brother.
Got one. But it's like white collar prison, probably though, right? Like he gets like,
So he's serving life
girlfriend.
imprisonment for creating and operating the darknet market website Silk Road from 2011 until his arrest in 2013. Okay, so this is even longer.
that's probably a solid 2 years though.
After the fictional character from The Princess Bride.
Look at that. I might not know much, but I know movies are really obscure that no one else knows besides the Silk Road Man. We have so much in common. I'm like, babe, call me. I would probably date him from prison. Probably.
So he was convicted in 2015.
Okay. I'm like, free my man.
I wonder where
Let
they
him out.
arrested
He didn't even
him.
do it. I was there.
thought he got arrested here. I'm not sure.
Like, what does he
Small
look like?
world.
Asking for myself. Like,
You want
can
to see?
I would like to see a photo. Yes.
Yeah.
Have movies in common already,
I think
you know?
he's 40 now, so I mean, he's
Oh.
within your range.
Yeah,
you know, I feel
it's
like.
within my range. Oh, he's a cutie pie.
You know,
Bro, show the
I don't know
camera.
if, you know, you can see that
Wow.
one over there.
Not really. I'll
Zoom
put it
that
on the
in,
screen
but
probably. If I
Yeah,
can
you
figure
know,
out how to
probably
do that.
not.
You just never do. Well, with that said, I'm going to Ibiza in a month.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, so that there begins the life updates. But I
Your
guess,
first time?
yeah. Have you been?
I have not.
You're a DJ and you've never been to Ibiza.
I've only left the country twice now, and that was both times to Mexico on a cruise.
Where's the
Second time was
fucking-
just recently in March.
For some hillbillies, bro. Just so uncultured. Well, with that said, welcome to The Alternative. We've rebranded, as you can see. Since the
Yes.
last time you were here.
Secured Sessions is no more.
It isn't. But the thing is, a lot of people are asking me, like, is it a different podcast now? Like, what's changed? Really nothing. Like, it's
It's the
quite literally the same exact podcast, but just like a different name and
Same
with a
shit,
network.
different toilet.
Precisely. Thank you. Let's get into how we know each other for the people that are new here.
How we know each other?
Yes, our lore.
Our lore.
Joint lore.
Well, you used to be roommates
Mhm.
with a girl I dated, I don't know, 6 years ago.
Has it been 6 years?
Maybe 5.
Damn.
It was a blur.
Yeah, for
Um,
us both, very much so. Yeah, like I was with like an ex, or I think y'all were still together. We saw y'all at Getter,
Maybe I
Right?
opened for Getter.
Which also, guys, he is in fact a DJ, so like he has credentials. Who else have you like open for?
A lot of people. I guess like
Name drop them. I'm like, I need the clout. God.
Excision, Zed's Dead, RL Grime, Getter, recent, like I have one coming up. I'm opening up for Wave Dash.
I think this was like the first time we actually hung out and like became like kind of friends, but we went to an emo night, you know.
Jimmy Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it was. It was at Barbarella, I
That's
think.
right, yeah.
And as it goes, what else are you to do at an emo night besides just get absolutely just plastered?
Yeah.
So
There was a famous line that you said that
wait, what was it?
Austin, I just want to find a man that'll get a tattoo with me. And we went and got our cowboy boots.
Like,
because
right
we're
here.
emo Texans.
We alternative.
We
dare I
alternative.
say.
We're emo
Bro,
cowboys.
was it foreshadowing? It might have been.
Where our friendship was solidified.
Yeah, no, we dipped out of there. The tattoo shop was fucking closing.
We
I was
walked
like,
we
I'll
walked
pay
up
you
to the
top
doors at
fucking dollar.
158.
Yeah.
He opened the door because the door was locked, and he came out to the door, opened it, and he's like, "Hey man, we're closed." And I was just like, "Dude, look, we want something really small, something super simple.
Like, look at me.
I'll
like,
pay whatever."
Yeah, literally.
And $168 later, we have a cowboy boot.
This beautiful piece of a big ass floating boot on my bicep. And mind you, at this time, like I had no other tattoos near it at all.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing on the front.
You
it was
just
like
had that.
2 little tattoos just here by my elbow, bro. So I got a floating bicep, thick ass boot. It's like
But it's
placement.
still-
I'm like front and center, baby.
I was like, okay.
But I guess also just like my psychic prowess, knowing that eventually I would in fact be the alternative podcast going to Ibiza. That happened yesterday.
Okay.
Over a brief phone call. It's someone that I've known for a while, but like he's not gonna kill me, you know?
Right.
Well, you know.
It's always the nice ones.
Dying in Ibiza would be kind of iconic, you know what I mean? Like just on the dance floor of some like, you know, rave.
Like dying how?
Well, by murder in this case. Like, because it would be him killing me in this particular.
Like, are we talking like is this like a brutal murder, or is this like, you know, he just stabs you out of nowhere in the crowd, or does he like poison you?
Okay.
Does, like, you know, if you're gonna get into this,
That's a very valid question.
because
If I had to guess how he would kill someone specifically, I'm gonna say he'd be crafty. I think he'd hire someone. Yeah. He strikes me as like someone who would like hire someone, perhaps using the Silk Road. Who knows? If that's not, I don't know what's around,
Silk Road 2,
exactly.
which I think is a thing.
Oh shit. Who started that? Just him. Like, that's how we're affording the trip. Like,
yeah, you know, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, I would say like just hiring a hitman or something like that.
So what you think? Like
But he'd kill me.
he fakes like a mugging or some shit like that.
Mugging?
Yeah. You know.
Are we in like the 1800s? Why not?
Like Batman's parents or some shit.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, maybe. Because you know, like in New York, everyone's getting like decked in the face right now. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Steve
Isn't it like a
Buscemi
bunch of
just
women?
got hit. Mhm. But then
Wait, who?
women and Steve Buscemi.
Bushimi or whatever. Buscemi?
Yeah, he got decked in the face.
He just got fucking
America's sweetheart, bro.
What?
Yeah. I mean, to be
What
honest,
did he do?
just put a punchable face. If we're being real here, like,
Okay.
yeah, I know.
Just minding his business.
I think he's on the mend, but yeah, like literally a mugging.
So there's just like a serial like sucker puncher going around in
Yeah.
New York, like just runs up and just sucker punches people.
Quite literally,
And
yeah.
like he just dips, like he doesn't do anything after. He just
Nah,
like, knocks the shit out of him.
that's it. Like straight up, just a fucking
Dude's mad.
about. I wonder about what.
Like not,
So much Adderall
that's all I-
coursing through my veins. I
What
punch
did
him
do to
back.
you,
Like,
man? I don't even know you.
yeah. Damn. I wonder. Like, what if he does it to the wrong person one day and like they just fight him and they win? My ego would be so shot if I was like a serial puncher and someone beat my ass. Like I just had practice for like days. I'm at home just like perfecting
I've sucker
my
punched over 45 people.
trained professional baby.
He's gonna punch the wrong dude one day. Somebody's gonna kick his ass.
What if it's like a girl that does jujitsu or some shit? Like,
Yeah.
you never know. I don't know. So next on the agenda it's a tough one, honestly, mentally for me. So I told you how I was introduced to a man via a friend, and
Oh yeah.
he's like, he's such a good dude, like whatever. Famous last words, because every time someone fucking says that to me, they end up being the worst possible man to ever do it, like to ever man ever. And so, no different. I went to Texas Metal Fest the other day, and this was supposed to be the first time we meet in person. Really on brand. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Metal Fest, like sparks are gonna fly. This is gonna, what could go
Sure.
wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I show up with my friend. Mind you, like she's very religious, which that's great. But like she walks in and she's like freaking the fuck out. Like she's like, this girl had shorts on that said like Satan is my daddy. And she's like, I want to leave immediately. He comes out to get us, and I really wanted to see Atreyu and Memphis May Fire. Like, that was a pretty good lineup. But the gag is they don't go on till like 8 p.m. It's fucking like 4. It is at the Far Out Lounge, which is a great venue, but it was like sweltering heat, like 3rd degree ass, like sizzling. So I start to just combust like rapidly. My friend's just sweating. Like we both have like hella extensions. We're just sweaty ass bitches. Find this like vendor that I know who has like a vintage shop, super nice. And he's like, hey, do you guys want to sit down? Because there were no seats. He's like, I need to go to the tour bus. I'm like, okay, can we go to the tour bus? He's like, no. We're like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are we to do? He's like, yeah, just wait here. Like 45 minutes pass. I shit you not. By this point, we've evaporated. We're a mere puddle. Like,
we're just standing out in the heat.
Shell of our former selves. I'm like, hey, just wait a little while longer. I'm sorry. I'm like apologizing to her. I feel really fucking bad. And she's like, look, like, if he's not back in 10 minutes, we need to leave. I'm like, you're right. He finally comes back because I text him, and he comes with like a dude. And I'm like, hey, like, it's pretty fucking hot. Like, Memphis doesn't come on for like another 3 hours. We're going to probably go to another bar and meet us there, whatever. We leave, and maybe 30 minutes later, this man sends me a text. My red receipts are on. I have not responded to this day, nor will I ever. But it's just the weirdest shit. Like, the most cryptic, like, fly off into the night. And the friend who he was, like, originally going to be staying with, our mutual friend, said the same shit happened to him. Like, he texted him some weird cryptic shit and fled Austin.
What was the message? Can we dive into that?
Yeah, I'll give a synopsis for the people. Hey, Rebecca, comma. I appreciate you and your friend coming out, but with all these circumstances, I just don't feel comfortable here in Austin floating around for multiple days what seems aimlessly. I'm like, what? Isn't that a vacation? Like, was that what you did? I'm like, isn't that why you actually came? He's like, I'm so swamped with work, and if I say the rest, like, I feel like people are gonna know who he is. I've just decided to fly to Florida tomorrow for a couple days early ahead of schedule and get some work done, which is probably the most adult and responsible thing I could do. It was so nice to meet you, and have a great rest of your night. Mic drop. And so I'm like, I'm not upset. I'm just perplexed. Because he planned this whole thing. Like, he was literally like, well, if I don't stay with our other friend, can I stay with you? Like, literally, like, get here at this time. And I was like,
planned out the date.
Everything, dude. And leading up to this for weeks. And I'll I can show you later if you like want to see. But like, he would send me a video every fucking day. Just like, hi, beautiful. Like, this is what I'm doing. Like, so much fucking just like doing the most.
Video?
Yeah.
Like a good morning video?
And it was cute, I thought. But my friend too was like, dude, why would he go through all the effort to set up the infrastructure of this just to like flee the city? I know the worst part. It's his name and what he goes by. Sure. And the fact that my villain origin story was started by someone with this name.
So we are going to say his name.
I'm going to bleep it, but I would like to tell you just so you can react. Okay. Fucking yes, Austin. Shit you not. Someone with the same name as a Powerpuff Girl started my fucking villain origin story, bro. I got by fucking like, what in the actual literal
he goes by.
I mean, you would think the opposite. You'd think someone would be nice like with that name. Oh, and someone almost died at Metal Fest. That was insane. Right when we walked in.
How big was Ray? Like you saw somebody almost
like
die?
Dead ass, yeah.
Like what, heat exhaustion?
We walk in, and I'm like reassuring my friend that it's fine. I'm like, hey, I know it's Screamo. That's okay. We'll be good. Then we got like the Satan shorts. And this guy's like, ugh. I know. Bro, I shit you not. No more. No more than 10 fucking feet after walking in, this man croaks, literally like falls to the ground. The medics just sprint over. They're like, move. I'm like trying to get to a chair. I'm like, can I still sit here? They're like, no. I'm like, fuck.
I just move the chair.
Yeah, it's right by the chair. I want it. Like, can I? They're like, get. I'm like, fuck. So I hope he's okay. When we walked away, he still wasn't moving. So I
wonder if like he took anything.
You know, maybe. Just that mixed with like the heat. Dude, I'm sure that shit happens all the time.
I mean,
like,
yeah. Like people die at like music festivals all the time. Like it's not like a lot of people, but
yeah. But did no one die at Warped Tour, bro? It was literally like the Wild West. And just no one, like, people just built it.
Are you sure nobody died at Warped Tour? I was like,
fact check this.
I was like, dude, I don't know. I feel like there had to have been one.
Has anyone ever died at Warped Tour?
There's a lot of people.
There's just one.
Just one?
It's just the shortest sentence
Only one person.
with the logo. It says Warped Tour 2012. During the Toronto date, a fan fell unconscious during Chelsea Grin's performance and died, period. Not Chelsea Grin. That's a probably crazy mosh pit. Wall of death situation. Literally.
During 2012? Is that what
like
it said?
too soon.
Is that what it said, 2012?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, during that era too, Chelsea Grin was, I mean, pretty brutal. I mean, they're still,
Fuck yeah,
they're
dude,
still
everyone,
brutal, but
honestly.
for like the bands that we used to listen to, I feel like some of them have lost a lot of their rawness in some way, shape, or form. All kind of moved to like almost
Like pop a little.
dad rock, almost pop kind of blend. Like, look at what happened with Asking Alexandria.
Yeah,
That's like the epitome of like dad rock now.
which is I love them so fucking much, but yeah,
Like, I was a huge fan.
Yeah,
Like,
but of Stand Up
loved-
and Scream and like the
and then like Reckless one. What was it called?
Relentless, Reckless and Relentless.
Reckless
I think.
and Relentless.
God, I'm so smart. Those are both really fucking good. And the Stepped Up and Scratch. Do you remember that? Like the little like
the
remix
EDM.
so good. So What Fest is this coming weekend. So I'll be at that. That'll be sick. I'm going with Texas Emo Club. Like they're sending me to do like little crowd interviews. That'll be sick.
How did that partnership come? We went to the emo night, and then I saw like 2 days later, you're like, I'm working with Texas Emo Club. I was like,
Like
did
crazy
you like
how
network while I was like, who were you talking to? Like, I heard Knocked Loose come on, and I was like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, oh. Literally, like I was sitting like in the middle of the booth, and like it was you and that chick, and I was like, hey, can y'all like get up real quick?
Just nobody
Like,
else is moshing my
No, y'all were talking about something, and I'm just like listening to the music, and then I hear like the intro.
You start doing the kicks and shit.
Oh, dude,
violently
I was
moshing.
just like going crazy.
Actually, funny enough, went in a Knocked Loose pit at When We Were Young festival. It was treacherous, but I was like, let me just do it for the plot and the culture.
Yeah. I've only seen them once, and they were like direct support for A Day to Remember. The kiddies there that are there for A Day to Remember definitely were
Swine
not like feeling the mosh.
It's giving Ronnie Radke in that one video. I don't know if you've seen it, but where he's like, if you have a baby, throw them in the pit now. A small child or an
but
infant in the
that
pit.
sounds about right. You
He's
know,
a fucking
very
icon.
unhinged.
But the lineup is sick.
My buddy Peyton, he got tickets to go to the When We Were Young Fest in Vegas.
This year?
We're doing like their like biggest. I think
Yeah.
Sleeping with Sirens is doing their second album that has If You Can't Hang.
And Korn and Spirit Box are going on tour. I'm obsessed with Spirit Box. Like,
Korn would be pretty fucking
dude,
sick to see.
Courtney is the baddest bitch I've ever witnessed. Like in my life, like first of all, being in I Wrestled a Bear once. Like back in that time, there were like no girl screamers in bands.
Yeah,
at
she was
all.
pretty much one of the only ones.
Like, Warped Tour might be coming back, so I hear.
That'd be cool.
I've heard rumors through the grapevine that the guy who does EDC, Pasquale
Rotella.
is gonna buy like the rights to Warped Tour and just like
Really? That'd be fucking
Yeah.
huge. So he's
reverse.
expanding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
would
gonna
be
become
huge.
When do we stop calling it emo night and we just start calling it throwbacks? At this point, you know, as we're getting older, they're just throwback Wednesdays now.
Throwback,
For-
please. Under Oath is having a 20-year
That's what I'm saying,
anniversary
dude.
tour.
It's-
What
it's-
the
it's
fuck?
throwback.
Like, what the hell? I saw it was like 20 years of tears. I'm like, what?
Like,
the
what is
fuck?
emo music now? Like, I felt like, you know, emo music turned into like Lil Peep.
Which I love him, honestly. Like I was a big Lil Peep gal back in the SoundCloud days. Yeah, R.I.P. And Juice WRLD as well, and X. You know, all my favorite little SoundCloud.
I loved
people.
X.
There's a BBL doctor in Houston who,
You thinking about going?
yes, but also no, the recovery's too tough. I've thought about it though. But,
Cover's too tough.
dude, you can't sit for like 6 weeks.
What do you do if you have to like poop?
You just squat a funnel.
How do you wipe?
I don't know. I guess if you can afford to yell, you hire someone to like. I'm like, babe. I'm like, do you really love me or not? Back to the story at hand. So there's a BBL doctor in Houston, and he loves Drake. Like he's obsessed. And so Drake has put him in like 2 or 3 of his songs. Like he mentions him.
Who did Drake's BBL?
Yo. Wait a
Because like you've heard about that, right? Like everybody thinks
wait.
Drake has like
BBL
a
Drake?
BBL,
Yeah.
and like his abs are fake.
We cracked the.
Yeah,
I'm
everybody.
like Dr. Junk Money in Houston
I don't know if
did
his
Drake's
abs are
BBL.
fake, but everybody's saying that Drake's abs are fake.
No, this guy straight up does ab etching. Like, imagine he's like, I'll give you, not that Drake needs like a free BBL, but he's like, if I shout you out, like, I'll give like all your hoes like free BBLs too. Okay, look at this. Look at the before and after. She literally looks like a Pixar mom. Like, that's insane.
That's the Mom Off B movie.
Remember, he's like the mom from The Incredibles. You're like, that's
Yeah.
fuck me up. Anyways, that was a tangent. But the last thing I want to touch on with Warped Tour is I feel personally that anyone over the age of 30 should get to buy tickets first and get better seating.
They get a senior,
Yeah,
citizen
the
ticket.
AARP. Bro, because listen, okay, if you went to the original Warped Tour and you drank out of a fucking PVC pipe for water, Monster Energy, just like out of a plastic cup,
On fucking asphalt in a San Antonio parking lot.
no ice, just blistering sun,
No tent coverings
skinny
anywhere.
jeans, no.
Black skinny jeans.
no safety precautions.
Having black t-shirts. Some people with long black hair. I love boobies bracelet.
Oh my
some
God.
furry like other kind of bracelet.
I had a Vans off the wall trucker hat, but I wore it like slightly askew. I had my lip pierced. I had snake bites, gauges.
Yeah.
I'll give you a few options of stories and just my personal lore, and you could tell me which one you'd like to hear. I'll just give you like an overview, and then you can,
Okay.
So just so that people can get to know me better, A pet peeve that I have, my Coachella story. All my earthly belongings getting stolen in San Diego. A Willy Wonka scam, and that's it.
Pet peeve. I know one of your pet peeves are because we went over it when we went to the emo orchestra, and it's asking if you're okay.
Oh yeah. Oh my, why is that is Austin. Oh my God. I swear to God. Bad drug trip partners. Are you fucking Yo.
I remember we talked about it.
I'm fucking
Because I had
dead.
asked you, I was like, dude, are you good? Like, are you okay? Because like I always forget you just like to sit there, and I'm just
Yeah,
thinking that
I'm
like you're
vibing,
too
like,
fucked up or
in-
something. And I
Yeah.
think like you're too drunk. I'm like, are you good? And I can't remember exactly what you said, but you're like, Austin, there's nothing I fucking hate more. People asking me like constantly if I'm okay.
But I appreciate people caring, okay? But
Yeah.
it's like when you are not sober, I feel like it can like freak you out a little bit, and then you get in your head and you're like, oh fuck, like am I not acting okay? You know what I mean? Then you like overthink it.
I've always just kind of been the person that's
Yeah.
likes to take care of people.
Cares about people's well-being.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you know,
stop
like
it.
when like people like are over at my house, like if it's like an after party or something,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, like, do you need anything? You want some water? Like, blah blah blah. Bathroom's over there. You hungry? I'll make a pizza.
You come out in a little apron and chef hat. Just fucking
Let's kiss
please
the chef.
stop it. It's just the extra tall white chef hat too. Yo, that would honestly be kind of sick if if I was at an after party and someone popped out dressed like Chef Boyardee, like I would fucking lose it.
Mamma mia.
That would be like fucking iconic.
And Willy Wonka scam, is that what you said it was?
Yes. NBC News, a Willy Wonka inspired experience scam was so bad that people called the cops. A quote says, I thought, this is where dreams go to die, said one actor who was hired to work the event. I guess they had like a Fire Fest type event where it was supposed to be like a Willy Wonka experience, and kids would go, parents would go, and it would be a whole little like moment.
Right.
That's one.
It looks like it's in a
just
school.
wood benches.
It looks like it's in a school hallway.
What?
What is this actor?
I think that's I don't know.
That wasn't in Willy Wonka.
But that person has a top hat. Like,
What the?
yo, that's horrible.
That looks like something from like Harry Potter. Like that looks.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Or, like,
the
what-
Death Eaters.
Like they had like meter sticks with just like a like paper lollipop. Like it was really fucking bad. They at least put like a little bit of like effort into like whatever the fuck that is, right? Minimal as it may be and like creepy as it may look.
Sure.
They stood back when that was done and they looked at it and they said, yeah, admit the
That's
public.
good.
Let him in.
Yeah.
Let him in.
We're ready.
They'll love this
It's
shit.
fucking showtime.
Yeah. Break the leg.
Doors are in 30, guys. I think we got this one. I think this is a success.
She looks like a corpse.
She looks like she hadn't slept in like 46 hours.
Just working her straight through the event. Like it's like a sweatshop Willy Wonka.
I feel like they just went to what's that big Halloween? Spirit Halloween.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Just like close
They
their
just
eyes
went to
and like
Spirit Halloween. It's the off season. It's what they have left over. They went in like, hey, do you have a Willy Wonka outfit or an Oompa Loompa outfit? And they were like, no, but we have this Death Eater outfit. Somebody was like on the phone and he's like, hey, they're out of that, but they have the Death Eater, for Harry Potter. And they're like, yeah, just that should
same
work.
thing.
That should work.
Takes a hit. They're like, fuck yeah, same thing. Like, I feel like it's also like an obscure spirit, like one that's like in an old like TCBY. One of the ones that just like isn't like a big spirit store. They just like did a build out like a makeshift,
it's like a pop-up.
Yeah. It's just like the leftovers.
It's not like the actual
like gloves that don't match, just weird shit.
Right.
Like,
it's the stuff
no
that
one
people
wanted.
bring back probably.
Ew,
You know that they return the day after.
That leaves us to close out with the Coachella story, which is a real doozy, and I think that's a great way to end this. Wrap up this get to know me. I went to Coachella, how all great stories start. And I never saw myself as a Coachella gal, but I was like, let me just go once. It was my best friend's birthday from Corpus, and so I paid for her ticket for her to come too. So she planned to get there like the end of day one. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just miss day one. I'll wait for her at the Airbnb. We'll just like hang out there. So she pulls up to the B&B, and we proceed to finish a bottle of 818. Kendall Jenner's tequila. It was actually delicious. But then I rapidly realized, oh, my friends are an hour away at Coachella. I have the van and I have to pick them up. There's no Ubers.
Oh, so you're like shit-faced.
I was not well. Like it really escalated. We were listening to emo hits, of course. She also loves
So you didn't go to the Coachella?
No, I missed the first day, to wait for my friend. They're going to be stuck at fucking Coachella if I don't. Like, there's no alternative method. So I'm like, I have to nut up right now. Like, I have to do the unthinkable.
It's one of those moments.
Like it really put hair on my chest for sure. So I get in the van. We make it to about 5 minutes away. And I can't see. I have like glaucoma. I have really bad vision at night, astigmatism.
There we go.
Like I turn into a police median. Like a blockade. And I don't hit it. But as I'm doing it, I start to see them and I'm like, oh, I've already fucked up. Because now if I swerve, they're going to pull me over. But if I keep I have to just fucking...
Just commit? You hit the car?
No, like I pulled up to it. 'Cause there was no, it was either I go straight, but I look like I did a crazy ass swerve and I'm gonna get pulled over, or just fucking pull myself over.
Yeah, just like, hey, like pretend to be like, hey, I'm kind of lost,
exactly.
like type shit.
Ashley is freaking out. Like we obviously have just like 4 logos in the car, just nothing good. But
I don't know, you almost got me arrested the other night with that 4 Loko in the car. You almost got us taken to jail with that shit.
No.
Actually, it was my fault because...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, fuck yeah,
it was my fault because when we pulled to the gas station to get those before Emo Orchestra.
Anytime I request a 4 Loko, just take me the fuck home, like please.
I get a gold 4 Loko and a twisted tea. I was in the gas station. I had the lights turned off. The car was still on.
Being respectful to the patrons of the gas station.
Exactly. And I pull out of the gas station and it's dark at this point and I forget to turn them back on.
Honest mistake.
And as I turned them on, the police lights came on at that very same time behind us. And
as I'm sipping my Loko.
The drinks are in the fucking cup holder right in the middle. And I'm like, hey, help me with these. And you're like, oh, and you take my jacket and just cover the fucking cup holders. And I'm like, dude, that's okay. That's not weird at all. We're just covering our cup holders. I was like, no. And like, I see him walking. I can't be like, ugh. So I'm take both of them, one each, place them in the back floorboards, and then cover them with the jacket. And then at that point, he was at the window. And
just watching all this happen.
Played it off well.
Maybe let us go.
He let us go because he did see that I turned my lights on as he turned his lights on.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, Austin came straight here from jail. Just kidding, he just got out today.
This is an escaped felon.
This was 2 months ago. Yeah, so turn into the blockade in question. Don't hit it, but I just, I've never been to jail, mind you.
Neither have I.
Shockingly, but thank God, yeah. And most of my friends have. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. But I guess according to the law there is, but no judgment. He comes up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm actually going to pick up my friends from Coachella. We haven't been drinking. We stayed in. As you can see, like, we were in like PJs, Like
how you had to state that we haven't been drinking.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you
haven't. I swear.
I turned into the fucking media. You know what I mean? So get out of the car because he's like, get the fuck out. I'm like, fair enough. And back then, there was like a giant pile of like cocaine on the center console. Because we were like, well, how else are we to get to Coachella Valley?
How far of a drive is it?
An hour. Fucking hour. She springs into action better than I did with the Locos in question. Covers it, puts her fixes everything. I get out. He's like, will you do a breathalyzer? I'm like, absolutely not. But you can get a warrant. And he's like, well, you can send to a field sobriety test. And I was like, yeah, I fucking will. In fact, I'm like, I just like trying to just literally, I'm like,
that last little drip.
In my head, I swear, I'm like every last molecule. I'm like everything I've ever done has brought me to this moment. I'm like, Rebecca, any partying you have ever done,
nut up or shut up.
Go time, bro.
This is like lock the fuck in.
Yeah, lock. So I literally in chanclas out in the fucking, it was cold, bro. Like in the desert, like the wind's just freezing at night.
Yeah.
He's doing the most too. He's like, hey, do like a back handspring. Like he's literally asking to just do like, he's like, recite the Declaration of Independence word for word backwards. I'm like, fuck you. So literally like, I'm like shivering, cold, whatever. He's like shining the light in my little eyes. And by the end of it, he's like, okay, fine, you can go. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I aced that shit, dude, because I know like he wanted to arrest me.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure they have like,
he knew you were drunk probably. He
fuck
could probably
yeah.
smell it.
And then day 2 came. And long story short, we get separated from our friends. We get on an app called Radiate,
Yeah,
if you're familiar.
I am. So
And
people look to find drugs or orgies.
well, it was the first one.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted to get Molly. Not
Right.
smart. Don't do that, guys. Very dangerous.
Yep.
I meet a man named Johnny in a car, and he gives me said drugs. We do them, and next thing I know, we wake up on a grassy knoll on a hill, just me and Ashley. I look up, like, what the fuck? And 2 strangers from Tennessee approached us. It was like a big, tall, skinny guy and like a short, fat, like they looked like Tennesseans.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, hey, are y'all okay? You need help? Like literally out of the clear, like where'd they come from? And they fucking like rescued us. Like they weren't creepy. They were hella nice. Like they bought us food. They were like, are y'all good? I'm like, no, not really.
Where were y'all?
Just on a grassy hill at Coachella, like in a random like corner. What I saw on Ashley's phone, because we checked her videos, we saw Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
My phone was stolen at Megan Thee Stallion, we assume, along with all my crypto that was on that phone.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't have the address to our Airbnb because it was in my phone. She didn't have it either. So they had to book us a motel. They didn't have to, but they did. But it was Coachella. So they
What about your other friends that y'all?
I didn't have anyone's number. I didn't have, like, I had nothing. And she didn't know any of them. Like, she was like,
You didn't try to log into your Airbnb on the app?
I couldn't log in anything. Like, I had to have, like, a code. It kept, like, trying to send the code to my phone. I tried pretty much fucking everything. And so finally, the
nothing worked.
Tennesseans were like, okay, we'll just book you guys a place to stay. Like, because they were staying in their car.
Oh.
It was, like, $2,000 for one night because it's Coachella for, like, a motel. I don't know how I found Radiate. I think I literally Googled, like, Reddit, like, find drugs at a festival. And someone just said, go to Radiate. And I was like, okay, bye.
I remember going to Electric Forest. It was my second festival I ever went to. It was back in 2014. We drove there from San Marcos to Rothbury, Michigan. It's a 24-hour drive. And we did it in one fell swoop. And we got there, had our car set up. The old hippie dude comes out, the woodworks, wherever.
Where do they come?
He's like walking down, I guess, the rows of car parking. He's like, hey guys, like, welcome to Forest, like, happy Forest, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've been coming to this for like decades,
Wow.
like for forever, back before y'all were even born type shit. We're like, hell yeah, man. Like, that's amazing. And he's like, yeah, so if you need anything, I got you. Like, I got it all. I got
Sir.
acid, ketamine, coke, Molly, like, whatever you need. And we're like, wow, this just fell into our lap. Like we just parked. Yeah, like let's get some. And we spend like, I don't know, probably upwards of half of our money collectively, like on,
I would have done it too.
all of our party favors. We take Molly the first night, and it's bunk.
Oh no.
So we move over to the coke. That's bunk.
No. Wait, so like you didn't feel anything, or it just like
no,
wasn't?
dude, it was all fucking fake.
No.
Yeah, it was just like all like just fake shit.
Does he not think
The
people are
only
gonna find
thing
it?
that was real was the K. So we're seeing like Steve Angelo from like Swedish House Mafia, and this was like right when like "Don't You Worry, Child" came out.
Oh, wow.
Like "Don't you
Like-
worry, did you worry?"
Like, yes, I'm familiar.
Okay, it's the last day. We're just doing ketamine
Damn.
to Swedish House Mafia, and then like that song comes on, like they're shooting off fireworks, and we're just like.
Oh. You're like, this isn't so bad at all.
And then like they like shut the festival down afterwards because like there was like a severe thunderstorm like blowing in, and yeah, me and this girl that I had met there, we like slept in my tent in like a thunderstorm, and like it was like flooding outside. Yeah, dude. It was like pretty. It was pretty scary. Yeah,
Damn.
it was like a real bad rainstorm. And
I think that's it. I think that's all. That was enough.
yeah,
You
no,
know?
I think that was fun.
I always forget to say like to subscribe and stuff like that. Do you want to do it? Like, do you want to be the guest? Just tell them,
I mean,
threaten them.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Blackcraft Networks, which you can find on Instagram under Blackcraft Networks, and the alternative. I know the ats, but that's okay. I'll follow them after.
Wow, who doesn't know my birthday or my fucking ads? It's at Y'all Alternative. Fuck.
Well, it was you
Bro.
changed it. I haven't looked. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm ripping this tattoo off. I'm getting a skin graft.
This was last minute.
I'm fucking skin grafting this as soon as I leave. I swear to God, getting a cover up.
And I'm super happy for you. Like,
Thank you,
of course, I
Austin.
follow the alternative because it was your old page.
On YouTube and Instagram, it's at Y'all Alternative Pod, and it's Blackcraft Network and Blackcraft Cult on Instagram, on Spotify, and Apple Pod. So subscribe, leave a nice comment, because there's some fucking trolls on there, bro. There's some like 50-year-old men that are just like roasting me for all I'm worth. I'm like, first of all, fuck y'all.
Let the haters hate.
Bro, this guy said
it's just more interaction, you know.
He said his IQ dropped 20 points. I'm like, that's like bold of you to say that you had 20 to lose, or like, how dare you? I'm like, that's a big statement.
If that was all you had, maybe.
Precisely. Anyways, well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no,
we'll do it again
thanks for having
soon.
me.
Yeah, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.